Let's go ahead and start the meeting. We'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call.
Callahan? Here. Houston?
Here.
Hannah?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Here.
Prusader?
Here.
O'Laughlin?
Yes.
Jensen?
Yes.
All right, we'll approve the, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda. So moved.
Second.
First and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, motion carried. All right, now is the time for public comment. Did we? I had nobody signed in. No one signed in, okay. All right, next we'll move on to approving the consent agenda, which is a motion to approve the minutes of the February 14th, 2022 regular meeting. Quick Star number 717 liquor license renewal, Class C B permit and Sunday sales April 1st, 2022 through March 31st, 2023. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next on the agenda is approving the claims. Does anyone, I guess, first we need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have first and second. Does anybody have a question on any of the claims?
There was a question this morning. I wanted to clarify the BCHC, Buchanan County Health Center, the $68.75 is our monthly subsidy for EMS services. So everybody's clear on that.
Okay. All right. If there are no further questions, all those in favor of approving the claims, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, claims are approved. The next item on the budget are informational items for council and the public, just simply showing where our various departments are on their budget and those types of things. Any comments or questions on any of those? Okay, we don't need to approve them. Okay, petition from the public. Laura, you are first.
Oh, good evening.
Hi.
So there's, the annual report was attached digitally in board docs, but I also have paper copies.
One thing I might mention before Laura starts is because of our sound system, we cannot turn those speakers on that are above people in the back. So if you have problems hearing, feel free to move your chair up closer to us. Nobody can sit next to me, but you can sit up close.
Okay,
Okay, Laura?
thank you. So yeah, I'm glad to be here tonight to share our annual report. And you can kind of see from the format of it, kind of the most important things at the library. We really focus a lot on our vision, our mission, and our values. So the format of the actual report is done in that manner. Initially, we've got our vision there to be an essential component, providing relevant services and engaging people community-wide. And our mission And then I talk a little bit about COVID and just how that has affected the library and how we pivoted and adjusted when it first happened, so that we could offer curbside service and materials to people on kind of a no-touch basis, and also started focusing more on our digital resources and downloadables, so that people could still have resources without coming to the library and abiding by the health guidelines. So we also did a lot of virtual programs, started our story time right away and those sorts of things. In the next page, we have a little bit of information about our library staff and the makeup of that. I'm just really pleased with our library staff. I think we've got a great group, and they're professional, and they just really care about the library and the community. So that always goes a long ways. We have kind of more recently adopted some internal service principles. Those are from a workshop that the city provided, and Rick Olson came and talked to us. He's kind of a business guru, and he talked a lot about internal relations and how you have to have healthy internal relationships in order to really do a good job with customers and be able to work together. So those 10 items are listed there towards the bottom. And we have those on our lockers in the break room, and we talk about them in staff development. So that was extremely helpful to us, and we still focus on those. So the bulk of the report is kind of basically the values are stated, and then things that we have accomplished in regards to each of those values. And then in blue those are things that are goals that we want to do but haven't achieved yet. So our first goal is enact proactive, relevant solutions. One of the things that we've done is offered library card applications online and also renewals. So that has been a great thing. People have really liked that and used it a lot. So sometimes there are good things that come out of COVID, I guess. The next value is excel in service to others. And I mentioned briefly curbside pickup. That is something that we initially started, and we actually still offer that. It's been kind of a nice addition for people who do have compromised immune systems or who are challenged to be very mobile and get around. So some people are really glad that we still offer that. So that's been nice. The next core value is empower individuals. And our goal for that one is to implement 1,000 books before kindergarten. That's a program where we would encourage parents or guardians to read to their children and actually read 1,000 books before the child would start kindergarten. So it's kind of an incentive program, and we'd give like books away as rewards and things like that. It just helps for kids to be ready for school and to develop those early literacy skills. So we're hoping to start that in the fall. The next value is engage in relationships and community. And as you can see in the top paragraph there, we partner with a lot of businesses and organizations and enjoy doing that. It helps us, and hopefully it also helps those organizations as well. And it's fun to be able to do things together and collaborate. I think our mayor is in the picture at the bottom there of the page with the shred truck. So the next one is evaluate and improve continually. And we try to encourage feedback from the community, and then we try to if possible, be responsive and incorporate different things based on that feedback. There's a picture of our puzzles that are out on the floor. We just recently added a library of things, including puzzles and some games and sports equipment and hotspots, and we have cake pans too. The puzzles, people were not very happy. We have a catalog, and they could see pictures of the puzzles online, but they didn't like that, and they wanted to see the puzzles in person. So we moved some things around, and we're able to put the puzzles out on the floor, and so that has been a good thing for everybody. And the last value is encourage creativity and innovation. And we try to do that with both our programs and the things we do with the public, but also among staff. That kind of ties into the innovative and relevant solutions and brainstorming and talking together and coming up with creative ideas. So the next double-sided page is infographics, and it's a lot of statistics and numbers. The numbers, of course, look a little different with COVID than they have in previous years. I'll just highlight a few of them. We had 296 new cards in fiscal year 21, so that was good, and 293 programs offered, which, given the constraints and different things, I think we're very pleased with that. And over 5,000 people attended those programs. We had close to 15,000 virtual items checked out. Those would be like the ebook downloads and the audiobook downloads, magazine downloads. And then there is a comparison table in purple and white on the back, and that's where you can see the pains of COVID. And you can see like that fiscal year 20 looks a lot better because we just had COVID for like a quarter of the year, and then 2021 is worse with having dealt with COVID the whole year. So. But we are working on getting more traffic in and all kinds of things. And so things are looking up. I just really appreciate you listening and being able to give the report. And thank you so much for the funding that you provide. And I know our 5,000 plus cardholders also thank you for that and being able to offer all the services that we do. I do have, right now we are doing something called One Book, One Independence, and it's basically a community reads program, and we select a book, and then we feature that and do programs based on themes of the book for a couple months. So it goes through, it's been going on in February, and then in March. The book is called The Life We Bury, and this just has basic information about where you can get the book. Hopefully, I know a lot of them are out. We have 175 copies, and they're out in businesses and Falcon Center and the library, but it's been a little hard to get a hold of a copy, which is a good thing, I guess. And then inside, we've got all of the events and programs. And tonight, after this, I'm going to leave and go to the library, and the author of the book will be connecting virtually for a book discussion, and then he'll be back later in the month in person to give a presentation. And tomorrow night, if you feel adventurous, you can come and try some different Spam recipes at the library. We have 4 different businesses that are coming and bringing their original Spam recipes, and we'll give out samples, and then you can vote on your favorite so that we will have an independent Spam champion.
All right.
Did you find my grandmother? She made Spam 100 different ways. It'd be like
Did
Forrest Gump.
not, but should have
No, it's
invited you,
Spam.
though. You may have had some recipes.
No. Anybody have any questions for Laura?
Thanks, Laura.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you
Laura.
for all you do.
Thank you, and
Yeah, thanks, Laura.
thank you for the good job of getting us through COVID and still having a library. I am working on my book. Laura mistakenly gave me a book early, and it takes me a while to read it, so I'll get done as fast as I can.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, next, Lisa with the Buchanan County Economic Development.
Hi, I'm Lisa Kramer with Buchanan County Economic Development, and I did send out our annual report and labor shed to you guys digitally. I do have hard copies for anybody who wants it. Anyone? All right, I just wanted to go through some things real quick. I know you guys have a full agenda tonight, so I'll try not to take a lot of your time. But I did want to point out that we did receive our labor shed study for Buchanan County. This comes out every 2 years, and it gives a lot of very good information as far as talks about the amount of people that come into our county to work, amount of people that leave our county to work. Also, the amount of people within our labor shed area, which is up to almost 250,000, and the number of people that within the survey that said they would be willing to come to our Buchanan County area to work, and that's almost 35,000. In it also goes through and talks about wages, median, low, high, and then on our website you can find much more detailed information. There are 4 additional areas that they go into that I do have on our website, such as advanced manufacturing, financial, those type of things that you can find out more detailed information. Any questions on the labor shed? Okay. All right. So I just wanted to, like I said, review some of this information. One thing that we offer everybody within our county, all our businesses and industries, is our Cedar Valley Regional Job Board. That is something, you can list any job that's available. It's free to the business and industry. And that goes out not only on our website, it goes out on our partner websites. So there are 6 counties within the Cedar Valley region, Blackhawk, Bremer, Buchanan, Butler, Grundy, and Chickasaw. And then in addition to that, it goes out on our Live the Valley website. So we are constantly marketing our county in a regional means, just a real opportunity to get our name out there more so than we could just individually on our own. Another thing that we did with our Cedar Valley Regional Partnership is we did do a wage and benefit survey for our businesses and industries. This was done back in March. It was really kind of as we're coming out of COVID, a lot of concern as to where our industries wondered, are the benefits that we're giving out, are we being competitive? Are wages being competitive? So a group of industries filled out this survey, and then the general information was published for those that were interested within that 6-county region to kind of gauge, some of our industries found that they were doing very well, that they had a very competitive wage. Some industries found that, okay, we're going to increase these wages, these benefits to help get more people within our working here. Workforce housing is something that we applied for with Independence last year. It was a 48-unit housing unit. It was done in cooperation with the City of Independence as well as a local manufacturer and a developer. That would have been a 48-unit housing development that would have been located by the 4 apartment complexes along 20. That is something I believe that we probably will be pursuing again this year, but we just barely lost out on it last year. We feel that with some minor tweaks, we're going to be able to present a good, solid plan for this next time around. talked about our labor shed study, expansion, just an idea. Really, our businesses and industries in the county came through COVID pretty well. We've actually seen Priest Manufacturing has actually, in the last 3 to 4 years, doubled their footprint, invested over $40 million during that time. So we're not just seeing our businesses survive, we're seeing them thrive. So that's great to see. Also, something that we offer is not that we offer, but that we make our industries aware of is the Industry 4.0. Basically, I kind of talked about this last time, kind of moving us into the next industrial revolution. That's a grant that's available, and we have several smaller industries that are taking advantage of that. We've worked with, we've done a lot of work with the City of Independence, with the Chamber of Commerce, with Intercog, as far as different grants. So we were excited to see that community development block grant for the facades was approved, and you guys were obviously a major part of that in seeing that happen. And I think you're really going to see some really cool stuff with what's going to happen with that. Kudos to the city for approving that program, as well as our Catalyst grant that we worked on. That is a great opportunity for Kings Hall. We're starting to see some of the changes that they're doing using that Catalyst grant, as well as the one on the Lightsey building. We will find out next month, or hopefully, yeah, hopefully within the next 3 weeks, if the downtown upper story grant is approved or not. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to see, hopefully get that approved and see some additional changes to the downtown area. Tourism obviously is an important part of the county, important part of economic development. So we were excited that the County Board of Supervisors in the last 3 weeks approved funding for 3 years of a full-time tourism director position. So this is just an opportunity for the county to really take advantage of what we have available, to be able to really promote it in a more focused way, and to really highlight our communities and our activities and our regional and our sites that we have available. So that's really, really exciting. We've worked with many small businesses through the Small Business Development Center, and we've seen a few of them come to fruition, but we continue to work, and that's always exciting to see those small businesses. And also, we did a leadership program this year. Had one great speaker. Al was one of our speakers, and he did a great job, as well as all the rest of our speakers as well. But it's just an opportunity for us to provide some additional programming for our businesses and industries for them to take advantage of. So with our leadership program, we had 7 different industries or businesses that participated with 12 participants. Upcoming, we have 2 lunch and learns this spring, and we're planning 3 for the fall. And I know that there are some city employees that have already signed up for our time management workshop that's going to be on March 10th. And then on April 14th, we have a team building workshop through the Innovation Center. One of the directors there is going to be teaching that workshop. It will be another lunch and learn. So that's an opportunity coming up. And that we partner again with the Independence Area Chamber of Commerce and with Buchanan County Extension. We recently hired Molly Hocken as our communications director. She's done an amazing job for us. She's the one that created this beautiful, our beautiful annual report. She's done an amazing job of promoting our county, our communities, our businesses, and our organizations. So she's really helping to put the word out there about Buchanan County and what we have.
I would second what you said. Without your help and the chamber director's help, the downtown wouldn't have had the opportunities it now has for some of the new business owners to be able to really spruce up the downtown area.
Right. It was a real collaborative effort, and a lot of work went into it, so, by all. So that was a great opportunity to really promote the area.
Well, and we had our monthly economic development meeting last week, and it was interesting. The Intercog rep said there were, 3, maybe 4 cities in northeastern or in the Cedar Valley that did not lose population, and Waverly and Denver, Iowa, and Independence were, so made me feel very good that our community has something going for it.
Yep, definitely. So, yeah, Independence did not lose, and Brandon did not lose. So that's awesome that we had a couple of communities that didn't lose and actually gained some population, so.
Yep. Any questions for Lisa? They do a great job.
Oh,
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need to, thank you. Have a great night.
Okay, that is it for our public petitions. Next, we move into hearings and ordinances. The first item is dealing with the adding of the one word to, I think you're all familiar with, the state decided we needed to add one word. So I would entertain a motion for I forget what the word was.
We need to approve the second reading of the ordinance amendment pertaining to wards and precincts.
It has to be wards and precincts.
It has to say precinct dash ward. We added the word precinct in the past, ward was sufficient. We passed this on first reading after the public hearing. We need a motion to approve the second reading tonight.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, and we need a roll call on this.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah,
yes,
Kurtz.
Yes.
Brusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Callahan.
Yes.
Okay, and I know traditionally we always like to do the third reading, but this is such a mundane thing that, would anybody entertain a motion to waive the third reading so we can just send this into the state?
Moved.
Second.
Okay. Okay, we'll have a roll call on that.
Hannah,
no,
Kurtz.
Yes.
Brusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Callahan.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
All right, it carries the second and third readings. Next, we will move on to an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the Hummingbird 2 Housing Urban Renewal Area pursuant to Section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa, the second reading.
I'd make the motion.
Second.
We need a roll call on this.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Brusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Callahan,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah.
yes,
Okay. Next, we will move on to Liberty Trail South Extension Project. A public hearing on proposed plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the proposed Liberty Trail South Extension. I would entertain a motion to receive and file proof of publication of notice of public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Got that? Okay, all those in favor of this signify saying aye.
Aye.
aye,
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Entertain a motion to hold the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of holding the public hearing, say aye.
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 aye,
Opposed? Okay, we are now in public hearing. Any written comments?
Receive anything?
We're dealing here with south going from Bland Boulevard out to Triangle Lake, am I right?
The primary plan is to go from Bland Boulevard south to, in essence, Highway 20 right-of-way and over to Triangle Lake Park. There is a bid alternate to add from Bland Boulevard north to the bridge at Dry Run Creek where the current pavement on the trail ends. So we have both segments included in this project.
So if we vote yes, we're voting for the north extension also?
Under the plan specs and form of contract, yes, you have an option coming up because you have not approved the bids yet. This is just the plans and specs.
Just give anyone an opportunity that would have a comment, public or council, regarding this project. This is part of our ongoing trails project. The one section from Dry Run Creek to Bland Boulevard going south would finish that Liberty Trail section from First Street west, clear up to Bland Boulevard. And then quite a few students use the section that goes over to school off of that trail. And the one going south would use railroad right-of-way, and that has been cleared out. It's ready to go. We had some preliminary work. We've had the Independence Trails Committee has helped us quite a bit in getting that cleaned up, which would save time and money if and when we move forward. So,
I think it'd be important to recognize Steve G. also granted an easement for the property and his development going south along the area that he is developing. We also have another private property owner south of Steve G.'s that has granted us an easement to get us all the way down to the Highway 20 right-of-way, and then, of course, city property over to Triangle Park.
okay, have gentlemen in back, if you'd want to come forward.
Is that on city or county property?
You need to come forward and give us your name. And
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim Duritza, resident of this community for the last 50 years. I was just wondering if that was on city property or county property?
That is on city property.
The whole thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just make sure that everything is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
John.
Oh, come on up.
I would like to know.
Please come to the microphone.
The name is John Nenig, and I think it's great that you're extending this thing, but I do have some questions. Number one, how much is it going to cost? Number two, where's the financing going to come from? Number three, when the winter sets in and there's going to be snow on it, who is going to take care of the clearing of the snow off of this trail so we don't have kids falling on the sidewalk, or adults who are out for a winter walk?
Okay,
Those are three questions I'd like to see answered before anybody votes one way or the other.
okay. Thank you, John. No,
Well, the project itself is funded with state Transportation Alternatives Plan, a TAP program. It's state transportation money that is used. It's a grant through Intercog, and that
Okay,
matches
Intercog.
city funds to put the trail in. As far as who maintains it, the city maintains the trail. We do not move snow off of every trail in the city all winter long, only those that get the primary use. Liberty Trail is included on that project.
Okay, so then the part of the trail that kids would be walking on to get to school would be cleared by the city?
It currently is, that's
Okay,
correct.
and that would increase the number of hours that is required man-hours to do the job?
It would increase the amount of time for snow removal on there, yes.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
and we've had a lot of residents in the new development down there request this trail to be put in. I know Mike's had a lot of good comments on Sixth Avenue.
Not this
someplace.
trail, the Sixth Avenue Trail.
Yeah. So, okay, any other comments for public hearing? Okay, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, first and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, we're now out of public hearing. We would move to the resolution finally approving and confirming plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the Liberty Trail South Extension Project. Motion to approve the resolution approving that. Would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, first and second. Okay, we now have the motion. Any questions? I see we got Brian and Mark here on the project. Anyone have any questions for them on this project? Mark says he's not going to talk. I know it. I'm trying to get you that in, Mark, but just, Brian calls me all the time. Okay, if there's no questions.